Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the 236th edition of Bob Bennett Weekly Live. I am your namesake host, moderator, and scapegoat, depending on what kind of night we're having. This is, if you're watching live, let's check in and coordinate our watches. It is 5:01 p.m. here in the People's Republic of California. It is Saturday, March 1st. We're already into the third month of the year. Boy, it just went by like a finger snap, didn't it? And if you're watching later on a replay, thank you so much for checking in. Hope you'll find this next hour to be worth your time. We've already got some folks who are checking in, and I'll be saying hello to them in just a few moments. A quick note for those of you who might be new amongst the few people who are now checking in. We started this live stream in March 2020, 2 weeks to stop the spread, and we are hurtling toward the completion of year number 5 and starting on year number 6. And so we are doing just as it started. Me with an acoustic guitar in front of a Mac, live streaming and keeping company with people. So, pardon me. And so let me say hi first to Mr. Clock. Tom Clock is first through the digital doorway tonight. And then Charles Bordonia is here as well. Thank you so much for coming and being. Dr. Garth, hi friend. And Pat Keelan, hey friend. I've already got that marked, Pat. That'll be song number 2. Psalm 149, our dear Katie Duck, aka Katie Dooley, and sometime on it's Katie Duck on YouTube, and then on Facebook it's Kate, just Kate, I think is what it is, if I remember correctly. And hi, Joni Halpin. I hope it didn't just out you without with all your name information. Oops. Joni Halpin is here tonight as well. Tom is also saying hi from, I think, the other platform. Yep, he's in both places. Mr. Negrady from Hampton, Virginia is saying hello to us tonight as well. Rick Lochner, hi from Brighton, Illinois. John and Phyllis Lord in Cold, Montana. Brock and Roxanne from San Antonio, giving greetings to the various people. We wind up making all friends here. We have folks who visit back and forth. You'll notice that throughout the evening. Jim Shaw, thank you so much. Glad to be here. All right. Well, you guys have been with me long enough, you know, that when I have a particularly rough week, or if I feel like we as a culture or a country or whatever have had kind of a tough week, in this sense, it's been kind of a tough week for your humble acoustic servant, and so I always start with this song. It's disguised as my opening song for you, but it's really the song that I need to sing. This is going to be one of those hours where His strength is going to be shown in my weakness. So. Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. Veils his lovely face, I rest on his unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, his anchor holds within the veil. Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. His oath, his covenant, his blood support me in the whelming flood. When all around my soul gives way, he then is all my hope and stay. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. When we shall come with trumpet sound, oh, may I then in him be found, dressed in his righteousness alone, faultless to stand before the throne. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. Boy, sometimes the songs are a little more specifically true than others. It's always true, of course, but I trust you know what I'm saying here. Anyway, we did get a quick request right off the bat, and from Pat Keelan. Pat's in Colorado. Pat, I hope I acknowledged it. I did get the First Love DVDs. Looking forward to cracking that bad boy open and watching those pioneers of the Jesus music and contemporary Christian music. That whole thing was the brainchild of Dan Collins. Dan Collins is the husband of Jamie Owens Collins, and a very talented musician, producer in his own right. Praise ye the Lord, sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the congregation of saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their King. Let them praise his name. Let them praise his name. Let them praise his name. Praise his name and dance. Let them sing praises. Let them sing praises. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and the harp. For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Praise ye the Lord, sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the congregation of saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their King. Let them praise his name. Let them praise his name. Let them praise his name. Praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises. Let them sing praises. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and the harp. For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. All right, by request, Psalm 149, verses 1 through 4. Wrote that very, very long ago as a young man. Let me scroll down a little bit and say hello to some folks. I'm a little bit behind as I always am. Mr. Portillo, how you doing, friend? Glad to, of course, Jim will know all the songs before anyone else knows what they are. That is one of his magic tricks. Hi, Catherine Sherman. Sending greetings as always from Seattle. I haven't been to Seattle for ages. I want to go back. Just haven't been. Let's see. Let me jot that down. Got a couple requests coming in. I will do that for Mr. Portillo. Let's see, we have somebody on YouTube, T. Ames. Hello to you. Thank you for coming and being with us tonight. Hendersonville, North Carolina. This is a name I don't recognize, so you might be new or newer. Welcome to you, Babs Quora Newton. Alan Lennox also saying hi from Albuquerque, where it's always Christmas. You'd have to be a New Mexico person to know what that is, or love eating there. Let's see. Hey, Alan and Heidi. How you doing, dear friends from Oregon? All right, let me jot that down. Alan, I know you like that record, and I really appreciate it. Wants to hear something from Nonfiction, which I haven't played for a while. Oh man, I just have gotten down to the comment. Billy and Dodie Crockett are listening from out in Wimberley, Texas. Billy, as you know, is a dear friend, a total gentleman, consummate musician, all-around good guy. And his wife Dodie are just the loveliest people. She's a force of nature of her own accord. And so they're grabbing a little dinner and hanging out with us tonight. So very, very cool. As always, I like to remind you when Billy's name comes up, you can check billycrockett.com. And then if you want to find out more about what's going on at Blue Walkers, there's always something happening. They are, in the best way possible, are total supporters and patrons of the arts. And they host concerts and workshops and seminars and and record people and do video production, and it's a very incomplete list. Go to bluerocktexas.com. That's bluerocktexas.com. I am not a paid spokesperson, but I am the beneficiary of their love and friendship. So I love getting that information out there on their behalf. Ann Swanson, how you doing? Say hi to Bernard. Again, I played at their wedding, and so we have a special thing. I was not wearing white, but it was wonderful. Hey, the Windgator, how you doing, friend? Oh, okay. If you're going to invoke the basketball and pizza thing, that's just fine, pal. Not a problem. You know what, Bob? I did, but I need to scroll back and review them. But I did get them, and I'm sorry for. I started going through my completely out of control inbox over the past few days, and it's just astonishing how much stuff has gotten by me. I would fire my assistant, but I don't have an assistant to fire. All right, I'll tell you what, let me get to... Hey, Wesley James Claude Platt. Asking about Everlasting Day. We got a lot of stuff going on here behind the scenes in the Bennett household, so there's just a lot of plates spinning, but Elena is going to do some calligraphy for the front cover, and so we're literally kind of just waiting for whatever thumbnail artwork we're going to develop. So even though CDs are not really a thing, as much, you still have to go through a little artwork. So all of that to say that's what the holdup is. We're getting that piece of the puzzle together, but the music's all ready to go. And I'm at that stage, Billy will understand this. You get really close to something, and when you're recording and making a record, sometimes you will get overly close. You're micromanaging every detail, you hear everything. And then you have to kind of pull away a bit and then return and listen, and you kind of think, am I okay with this? Am I okay for, it used to be, am I okay asking people to pay $15 for this? Now, no, it's less of an economic question. That's less the rubric of, if people are going to listen to this record, are they going to wish they had that 40 minutes of their life back after they're done, So I'm at that stage right now where I'm hoping that I did something worth hearing. All right, Mr. Portillo. Empty vigil in ink-black night, I awaken to the same refrain. I make no claim to second sight, just the blind following the blind again. My stubborn heart always misleads, away from the little light I can see. Adrift in the tide of my own misdeeds, wishing I was who I never could be. Oh, that I were faithful. Oh, that I were true. Oh, that I would hear your voice, and I would follow you. I'm easily fooled most of the time, but nobody's ever gonna dig too deep. We're all in a hurry to somewhere else, with distractions and too little sleep. I got a list of questions long as my arm, and the only second chance I see to live and die without permanent harm as if God can outmaneuver me. Oh, that it were faithful. Oh, that it were true. Oh, that I would hear your voice, and I would follow you. What makes a man hunger for truth, then ignore what little he understands? He blames it on age, blames it on youth, props up a dead man with both of his hands. Only the pure in heart will see the glory of God one endless day. I pray His Spirit will remember me, and the stuttering prayers I try to pray. Oh, that I were faithful. Oh, that I were true. Oh, that I would hear your voice, and I would follow you. Oh, that I were faithful. Oh, that I were true. Oh, that you would know my name, and I could be with you. I could be that I were faithful. All right, from the album from 2012, Joy Deepest Sorrow. Let's see, I haven't done this for a while. Let's see where I can find it. This is a song by request from the McPhees for something from the Nonfiction album. Up until Jesus Music Again, which I did with Bill Batstone and Alex McDougall, up until that album, that's probably the granddaddy of the albums that I wish wouldn't have been overlooked. Nonfiction was kind of the granddaddy, the sort of what we used to call the redheaded stepchild with "Don't get mad at me." It's a turn of phrase. It's not meant to be offensive, but that was the moniker for the kind of the thing that was sort of out of step with everything else. A Nonfiction never was officially released on CD by any record company. Finally came out on iTunes years ago, and so not as many people have heard this record as heard some of the others, and that's okay. I'm not out of print, so I still do the songs. But so this is a song called "Where the Shadows Fall Like Rain." Haven't played it for a while, so. Out where the shadows fall like rain, somebody's staring through a window pane. Cupboard's empty and a baby howls. It drowns out the rumble of his belly growls. Someone's kid brother robs a liquor store, and he gets more action than he bargains for. Today's headlines and tomorrow's fish wrap. Another John Doe in the cold steel trap. And out where the shadows fall like rain, I'm shining this light again and again. Family man in the welfare line, his bride dies slow, one check at a time. Wolf at the door of the leash of the reaper, 'cause no one really wants to be his brother's keeper. Somewhere across town in a look-alike house, drunken lion beats a frightened mouse, bruises on the body and the mind as well. Tomorrow she'll swear that she only fell. And out where the shadows fall like rain, I'm shining this light again and again. Out where the shadows fall like rain, somebody's staring through a window in pain. The cupboard's empty and the baby howls. It drowns out the rumble of his belly growls. And out where the shadows fall like rain, I reach out my hand again and again. Out where the shadows fall like rain, I'm shining this light again and again. All right, perhaps a B+ version of Where the Shadows Fall Like Rain by request. All right, give me a minute to scroll here. I'm way, way behind in my comments. I want to catch up with some of what you're saying and say hello to a few folks. Hi, Heather Cross. How you doing? Still in the Niagara area, right? All right, I'm just running across the first mention, so you know what it's time for. It's time for the Rena warning. Oh, wait a minute, that comes later. This is where I yell at my computer to say hi to Rena. So if you have your speakers up loud or you're wearing headphones, it's just good manners, and also on the advice of legal counsel that I'm about to yell, Rena! Hi, Rena. How you doing? All right, the official Rena greeting. Glad you're here. There's always a certain symmetry to the thing when you show up, sweetheart. Hey, Saquon. How you doing? Great to see your name checking in on YouTube tonight. Let's see. Oh, thank you. I'm just catching up with a Leah Tillich. No kidding. Leah, I was scrolling through a bunch of computer stuff and nothing dies on the computer, and I just literally ran across your name like within the last day. So totally cool that you're saying hello. That is really fun. I love that when that happens. Tim Twitty. Tim and Kelly Twitty and their clan. I love them. I'm an adoptive Twitty. Casey, South Carolina. Oh my goodness, first time hello to Wes Molesbury. Checking in on YouTube tonight, Grants Pass, Oregon. Very cool. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to our little online community here. I know those words are overused and, you know, commercialized and all that stuff, but it really has developed organically, it just kind of developed into a sort of an online community of friends and neighbors and people who kind of keep track of one another. We also, actually, as it turns out, there's a little place on Facebook. It's the Bob Bennett Weekly Live Clubhouse, because you don't need me to have fun. So if you're connected to this program and want to keep in touch with the various people that are in the comments and post things and goof around, you don't need me. And so just go ahead and search in the search box on Facebook for Bob Bennett Weekly Live Clubhouse. They keep it to members so that we don't, get trolled or some guy who I owe money to comes on and bothers you or whatever. So we don't, we play it like that. All right, somebody, and I just scrolled past it because I've got the attention span of a 3-year-old here. Someone asked to hear your, there it is, Leah Tillich. That's right. Lord, I hear you knocking. You've been knocking at the door. How long have you been waiting? Seems I never really heard you before. I've kinda let the place go. I'm ashamed at what you'll find. But you can make yourself at home if you're sure that you don't mind. 'Cause when I cry, the roof leaks. And when the wind blows, the walls are weak. But a house is known by the company it keeps. And I feel better now that you're near, and I want to make it clear, Jesus, from now on, you're always welcome here. There are dark rooms deep inside me where your light has never shone, and I tried to hide inside them, but I guess you've always known that one day you would call me and I'd awaken from my sleep, and you'd take me just the way I am, and you'd promise me you'd keep me. 'Cause when I cry, the roof leaks, and when the wind blows, the walls are weak, but a house is known by the company it keeps. And I feel better now that you're near, and I want to make it clear, Jesus, from now on, you're always welcome here. Jesus, from now on, you're always welcome here. All right, for you, Leah, with appreciation. We've known each other for quite a bit, although we haven't been in touch lately. I hope you're well, hon. Trey Lindsley saying hi on Facebook. Thank you so much. Dave Anderson, I've got an email waiting from you that needs an answer. As I said, I've been going through my out of control inbox and finding all the people I'm should have hit reply on. And I hope you're doing well. We are fellow cardiac buddies. So hope you're doing well, friend. Things are going fine for me cardiac wise. I got the AFib thing going and all that, but just other stuff going on. I'm going to be 70 next month, and by golly, I feel like it now. So just kind of battling back. Utah, Melanie Taylor saying hi from her home in Utah. Let me see. Let's see. All right, let me get that. I will do that for you, Babs, in just a minute. Ken Smith, Greenville, North Carolina. So we got our Carolinas covered tonight. And thank you very, very much. And hello to you. Oh, that's very cool. All right, let me hang on just a second. Let me jot that down. A person under the SMO Man moniker on YT is asking for me to play a song about baseball for Chris Hopkins, for our mutual pal. I will do that in just a minute. We did get a request for Come and See. I'll go ahead and kind of in juke bob mode tonight. A term that Katie Duck coined. I got to show you this, just even though I'm not doing it. Back in the quick story. Bob Wingate, aka the Wingator, about 3 or 4 years ago, asked if I could play No Matter What by Badfinger, just completely out of left field. So I called up Safari on my Big Mac, and I put up the words, and I'd never played that song before in my life, but I played what I thought was a fairly credible version of No Matter What You Do, I Will Always Be Where you. And so that led to a little thing called the Juke Bob Challenge, and people would request songs, and I tried to do them on the spot. And every once in a while, we still do that. So Katie Duck did a little logo, see in the top right-hand corner, the Juke Bob logo. And so anyway, I don't know why I felt compelled to show you that, but because who gets throwing Juke Bob logo? All right. Co-written with my friend Michael Aguilar. Been singing this one for a long time. There's lots of ways that you can share the gospel. Lots of ways that you can share your heart with people. It's always that delicate dance between am I being kind of pushy and am I being kind of a goofball about the whole thing? Am I sincerely and in a heartfelt way sharing, like a beggar telling another beggar where to find bread? That's the phrase that I heard that led to a song that I wrote. But at the heart of it all, I think the most gentle and friendly and loving invitation that we could ever extend, if we do so, is 3 little words. Come and see, come and see, come and see a man from heaven. Come and see, hear him speak. He has seen the face of God. Come and see, come and see this Jesus of Nazareth. Come and see the one that we have heard of all our lives. A voice crying in the wilderness, a voice from the sky loud and clear, a still small voice deep inside, and a voice still ringing in my ear, saying, follow me, and I will show you my Father. Follow me, and you will see the heavens open wide. Come and see, come and see, come and see this man from heaven. Or could it be, could it be, we will see the face of God? Or could it be, oh, could it be, we will see the face of God. Okay, come and see by request. Scroll down a little further here and say hi to some folks. Hi, Robin Carlisle. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Oh yeah, I'm back in the comments where we're talking about CDs. That's how far behind I am. Sorry about that. Kenny Harden, how you doing? Oh man, back in the Texas Tech days. Absolutely, I used to play for the Wesley Foundation. Oh man, those were some fun gigs. And I was a much younger man, but I had some great. I'm telling you, I've never had a bad time in the state of Texas. And going to Texas, if you do Texas right, it's like going to about 4 different countries, all within the same state. And I love them all. Each one of them has their charms. I'm probably going to be in California for the duration, but both Elena and I have fantasized about getting out of Dodge here in Newsom land and getting back to Texas or some place like that. So God bless those of you who live there. You got it going. You got it going good. Running across my first mention of Captain Cephalopodular. Greetings, fellow mortals. Thank you kindly. Very cool. Hey, salute in North Carolina. How you doing? Oh my goodness, you have wildfires going on? I haven't been watching the news at all. Oh, honey, I hope not. We've had our own little bit of misery out here with that going on. Let's see. Hey, Jim and Gina Coy, how you doing, kids? From Colorado, Jim Coy, a longtime friend. Met Jim years ago when he was an air personality on KYMS out here. Jim's got one of those voices where he literally could read the menu and you'd feel like, it's Shakespeare. And he's got one of those mellifluous, great radio voices that the rest of us wish we had. Alrighty. Oh, thank you, Mr. McPhee. Give a nice comment about nonfiction. Thank you. You can find it on streaming services. Don't tell Bob that I said that. It's very upsetting. But you can listen to almost all my stuff without dropping a thin dime. I mean, don't tell Bob I said that, but you can. And fiction is up there, so you can go find out. Nonfiction was the record where I got to play with Jim Keltner, Vinny Colaiuta, Victor Feldman, John Patitucci, Jimmy Johnson, David Mansfield, all these guys, Brandon Fields, all these guys, these major studio cats back in the day. And I'm like shaking my head going, they're on my little record. This is so cool. So yeah, that's very, very cool. Rick and Valerie Carr saying hi from Memphis, Tennessee. Haven't been a while since I have been in Memphis. Let's see. We might not have time for that, but let me do my best. I'm jotting some later innings. All right, I got a request for a song about baseball. So let me do such a thing. Let me research one thing here. Give me a second, folks. I want to do something kind of craziness here. Because this is the kind of customer service that I provide. I just posted a link. My friend Scott Bachman years ago did a wonderful video to a song about baseball. I had dreams and designs of someday doing a video, and I had the story all worked out, and I had a fantasy about getting it all done. And then he posted this, and I thought, well, why would I even bother? Why would I even bother doing this when he made the best video possible? So I put that there in the links for you. And Saturdays on the baseball field, and me afraid of the ball. Just another kid on camera day, when the Angels still played in LA. I was smiling and living black and white. Baseball caps and bubble gum, I think there's a hole in my glove. 3 and 2, life and death. I was swinging with eyes closed, holding my breath. I was dying on my way to the bench. But none of it mattered after the game, when my father would find me and call out my name. A soft drink, a snow cone, a candy bar, a limousine ride in the family car. He loved me, no matter how I played. He loved me, no matter how I played. But none of it mattered after the game, when my father would find me and call out my name, dreaming of glory the next time out. My father showed me what love is about. He loved me, no matter how I played. He loved me, no matter how I played. He loved me, no matter how I played. la la la. But none of it mattered after the game, when my father would find me and call out my name. All right, by request, sent out to my friend Chris Hopkins from SMO Man or SM Omen on YouTube, requested that little thing. Okay, we're getting into the closing few minutes. It's our custom around here to end every session with just a little bit of prayer. And as a prelude to that, what we ask you to do is if you wouldn't feel uncomfortable doing it in a social media situation, and I realize there's some built-in awkwardness to that format, but if you have something on your heart or mind that you'd like to bring to our attention, that's been a matter of worry or concern or prayer for you, we won't read these out individually, but we will take note of them if you post them, and we'll sort of scoop them all in, as it were, as we gather together for a little bit of prayer at the end. So if you'd feel comfortable doing that, this would be the time. And also, if there is anything, as we used to call it in church parlance, a prayer report. If you've got anything good going on, for goodness sakes, let's share the good news too. You've got some things going on, and you'd like to give us, cheer us on in our faith and our hope to not just, in my case, to just not let a terminal bad attitude sort of sink me. I want to hear the good stuff too. Okay, maybe it's just for me. I don't know. Anyway, all right. Before we launch into that, we did get a request for Angels Around Your Bed. And that comes from, is it Carrie? I can't read my own writing here. Forgive me. I think I wrote down Carrie, but I'm not quite sure. Forgive me if I messed up your name. Real quick as I'm scrolling. Hi, Irene Hecht. Robert Kreiling. Sorry, quick highs as I'm seeing names I haven't called out. And very good. Ted Hundley, thank you. Under the moniker of SilverStacks2 on PayPal. I mean on, you mentioned PayPal, but on YouTube, thank you. Hi, Christy on YouTube tonight. Thank you so much. Ready. Yeah, Robert, I'm not the king of open tunings. That would be David Wilcox, but I do use a few open tunings, or in the Hawaiian parlance, slack key. Most often for me, it's Dad Gad, Drop D, Open G. Those are the three big ones, and I try to hide the fact that I go to those too often. I try to mix it up a little bit, but. And for you guitar geeks out there, you've heard me mention with great admiration a guitarist who, an Algerian man named Pierre Ben Suzanne, lives in France. He never leaves Dad Gad. He has absolutely mastered the guitar using a tuning called Dad Gad, from 6-1, D, A, D, G, A, D, and he just plays like a house of fire, and he's an incredible composer. It's one thing to be able to play and do stuff with your left hand and make the pyrotechnics happen and stuff, but the guy is just a great composer. So that's Dad Gad. But So this is in Dad Gad. Keep it on the second fret. Let me try that one more time. Oh, tonight I'm so far away from you. How I wish I could suddenly be there to tell you I love you like 100 times before, to hold you and to stroke your hair. But I'm in another time zone altogether, where sleep is not easily found, and a split-second prayer escapes into the air, and to pray as you lay your body down. There'd be angels around your bed, little darling, angels around your bed. You'll be safe from harm at the dying of the day, with angels around your bed. Oh, absence makes my heart grow fonder. When you're out of sight, I'm out of my mind. But if you could see everything around you, I wonder, would you be surprised to find there are angels around your bed, little darling, angels around your bed, laughing and singing joyful as you're sleeping, angels around your bed, angels around your bed, little darling, angels around your bed. Surely the Lord can spare a few extra angels around your bed. Angels around your bed. Oh, angels around your bed. All right. Angels around your bed by request. Let me get my wet my whistle, as we old guys used to say. Rick is asking whether I have a version of Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus, look full in His wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of His glory and grace. That's all I can do on the spot. I don't have a version, but I do remember enough of it to be able to do that. Oh my goodness, John Howie, how you doing, buddy? You scroll up in the comments. I just am now seeing this, the John Howie inventory. All right, hold on just a second. Only on Bob Bennett Weekly Live are you going to hear musical greetings for one of our two favorite Scotsmen who check in with us on a regular basis. You'll hear the bagpipes sound of "Do You Think I'm Sexy?" Right before we go to prayer. So only on this live stream will you have that incongruity with no shame or problem whatsoever. John used to check in and give us snacks, and now he checks in and lets us know what he's snacking on, and that's the John Howie snack inventory. And then everybody starts checking in with their own snacks. This is the kind of essential business that we're doing here, right? Anyway, so let's have a word of prayer. We start off each week with a recitation of Psalm 122. I just think it's an important thing to keep in mind given the continuing, now years-long consequences of October 7th. We remember this. A song of ascents, a song of David. I rejoiced when they said to me, let us go to the house of Adonai. Our feet are standing in your gates, Jerusalem. Jerusalem built as a city joined together. There the tribes go up, the tribes of Adonai, as a testimony to Israel to praise the name of Adonai. For there thrones for judgment are set up, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you be at peace. May there be shalom within your walls, quietness within your palaces. For the sake of my brothers and sisters, I now say, shalom be within you. For the sake of the house of Adonai our God, I will seek your good. Let's take a minute and pray together. Father, thank you for this time to do what we do here. Thank you for the songs and to be able to sing them, and these wonderful people for keeping me company and visiting with each other and the fellowship that we have, even through these devices that we are focused in on. We somehow manage to have a little bit of fellowship back and forth, and we appreciate that. Lord, the state of our world continues to be chaotic. Every time we flip on the news and listen to an item or two, it's pretty hard to not turn it right off and try not to think about it. So Lord, help us to manage with all of this avalanche of information. And Lord, help us that no matter what kind of shape the world is in, help us that in our own sphere of influence and the people that we come in contact, help us to be good, help us to be Christ-like, help us to be kind, help us to be accepting. Help us, Lord, to be the kind of person that you've designed us to be. Make us more of who you are in whatever encounters we have with people. We ask you would guard our hearts, Lord. Negativity and controversy and arguments are commercialized. That's the fodder for the machinery of our time. And we ask, Lord, you protect our hearts from those things. We do pray each week, Lord, for those who are facing illness and sickness or the loss of loved ones. And we ask that you would be with those among us who find ourselves in those circumstances. Lord, where healing can come, we ask that you would bring it. We ask your blessing each week on all of those in the medical profession, doctors, nurses, admins, techs, everywhere where the practice of medicine is, and people are faithfully extending themselves. May their hands be your hands. May your wisdom be their wisdom. And we thank you for these who take care of us, Lord, when we are infirm and where things just aren't right. And we ask you would bless them in the hard work that they do. We also pray each week for those who put themselves in harm's way. those who we barely think about, but they're there. And we're thinking specifically this night, as we do each week, of police departments, fire departments, emergency medical technicians, all the branches of the military, those who do difficult work day by day and have a calling, a difficult calling to maintain, vows to keep. We ask that you would be with them and their families as well. This is a blessing, always timely, but especially now, from the 1928 Book of Common Prayer, which is my favorite rendering of some of these prayers. Almighty God, who has given us this good land for our heritage, we humbly beseech thee that we may always prove ourselves a people mindful of thy favor and glad to do thy will. Bless our land with honorable industry, sound learning, and pure manners. Save us from violence, discord, and confusion, from pride and arrogancy, and from every evil way. Defend our liberties, and fashion into one united people the multitudes brought hither out of many kindreds and tongues. Endue with the spirit of wisdom those to whom in thy name we entrust the authority of government, that there may be justice and peace at home, and that through obedience to thy law we may show forth thy praise among the nations of the earth. In time of prosperity, fill our hearts with thankfulness, and in the day of trouble, suffer not our trust in thee to fail. All of which we ask through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. O God, by whom the meek are guided in judgment, and light riseth up in the darkness for the godly, grant us in all our doubts and uncertainties the grace to ask what thou wouldst have us to do, that the spirit of wisdom may save us from all false choices, and that in thy light we may see light, and in thy straight path may not stumble, through Jesus Christ our Lord. O Lord, support us all the day long, until the shadows lengthen and the evening comes, and the busy world is hushed and the fever of life is over and our work is done. And then in thy mercy, grant us a safe lodging and a holy rest, and peace at the last. Amen. And now each week we join together as we've been taught. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me in that. Hey, Steve Hopkins. My brother Steve is here. Cat Moore. Lots of last minute folks. Christy, hi to you. Moline, hello. All right, Laura Keats. This is our official closing song. Feel free to sing at your device with me. I bind unto myself today the gift to call on the Trinity, the saving faith where I can say, come three in one, oh one in three. Be above me as high as the noonday sun, be below me the rock I set my feet upon, be beside me the wind on my left and right, be behind me, circle me with your truth and light. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. I bind unto myself today the love of angels and seraphim, the prayers and prophecies of saints, the words and deeds of of a righteous man. Be above me as high as the noonday sun. Be below me the rock I set my feet upon. Be beside me the wind on my left and right. Be behind me, circle me with your truth and light. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. God's ear to hear me, God's hand to guide me, God's might to uphold me, God's shield to hide me against all powers deceiving, against my own unbelieving, whether near or far. I bind unto myself today the hope to rise from the dust of earth, the songs of nature giving praise. Father, Spirit, living word, be above me as high as the noonday sun. Be below me the rock that set my feet upon. Be beside me the wind on my left and right. Be behind me, circle me with your truth and light. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. I bind unto myself today the gift to call on the Trinity. All right, that brings to a close this edition of Bob Bennett Weekly Live with some last minute thanks to Helen B. checking in. Thank you so much. If I missed your name tonight, just know I'm just one guy with a scroll bar. So don't take it personally. Honestly, I just missed you. I rarely skip anybody. I mean, if someone goes, hey, you're a jerk, then sometimes I might skip them, but it doesn't really happen. You could be the first, but that'll have to happen next week. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being with me. I want to thank Ron and Kathy Strand, the co-founders of The Upper Room Presents. I want to thank my wife, Elena, my mother-in-law, Gracie. I always mention my two brothers, my brother, Tim, and his wife, Marla, my sister-in-law, Evie, and my brother, Mike. Mike taught me how to play music when I was 10 years old. We're coming up on 60 years of that, and I always thank him for that. I also want to thank, as always, Kevin and Barb Ryan. They are the proprietors of Ryan Guitars. See that very stylish R on the headstock? That means that this is a Ryan guitar, and I'm a very, very fortunate player to have it in my hands. To find out more about Ryan Guitars, it's as simple as it sounds. Simply go to Ryan Guitars, plural, Ryan Guitars with an S, ryanguitars.com. You can find out more about what they're doing. As always, my thanks to those who jingle, jingle, jingle in the tip jar. This is the one and only way that funds come my way for Bob Bennett Weekly Live. If you're able to do that, I appreciate it. If not, don't you worry about a thing. It's all good. And pray for me when you think about it, or think good thoughts, or listen to my music, or send me a good keto recipe, or whatever it takes. You'll figure out something. I hope to see you here next week, God willing, Saturday, March 8th, same time. 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Until then, God bless you guys, and hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Praises be to the healer of my life.
Do you say the amen at the end?
Amen.